What's up to all my TIs and chosen ones? I'm here to ask you this. We are here, like I said, I'm not here to defend anybody, but we should also be cautious about who is a target individual, who is a chosen one. Because we only could assume that somebody's being targeted, right? From our channels, from our videos, or the audios. And then some people, you would never know because they're in complete shock. You get it? Like, this is so evil that you are being told that it's a big question mark about how people are being targeted, right? Because I've seen other videos of people telling this person is not a target individual, and I remember I got questioned, like, am I a target individual? I'll be like, yes. Unfortunately, it's nothing that you're proud of. You just got brought into this world, from this fucked up world already. You know what I'm saying? So I would just try to say, just, analyze a little more, do a little more research on people. Like I said, being a TI, knowing that you can't trust anybody, basically, you know what I'm saying? But I try to tell TIs we need to come together, because how can we raise awareness of the situation of gang stalking, which is, one history, that is one example of history is the KKK stalking black people in the South and other parts of the country in the United States during the 1900s, where they used to mention, all the time. But especially when it starts to get recognized in the 1900s, because the KKK did this to people of color. They terrorized them, they stalked them, they burned their businesses down. They did everything. There were cops involved. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of similar to what we're going now, but this is mostly an updated version of what we're going through. All of us don't want to be a target individual. That's to me, that's how I look at 100% truthful. Because when we're broken, homeless, and being stalked, and the crazy part about this, because I was talking to a family member about this, right? It's crazy how this entered in the best time of your life. Like, you have a relationship with your woman, or vice versa, with a man with a woman, because a lot of women are being stalked too, right? So you're in a relationship, everything is going well, money's coming in, you have a reliable income, job, or whatever. You have an apartment, you have a car, you have everybody that you think cares for you, that are showing love. You know what I'm saying? Your friends and your family. That's what we know. And then gang stalking enters your life. Ain't that like kind of the fucked up timing of this shit? It is weird, right? So another version that I've seen is people that are on heavy drugs like meth, maybe crack, certain things, because meth is like a new updated version of crack, but it's been out for a very long time, of course. But they're really targeted, because they, like, my dude said, from his channel, like, and other people say too, that they were addicted to meth, they were addicted to drugs. So the gang stalking entered my life, but it was already going on prior to us knowing. Because imagine being in the 60s or the 50s or the 40s or the 70s or the 80s, where technology was limited, right, from what we know. So I'm just trying to say that people will put a note on you as if you think it's the drugs that's doing this to you. It is not. It is God. Like I said, I always say about God, the God. There's nobody in this planet that doesn't know God at all. Either you believe it, don't believe it, or you worship God. There's no fucking way that you don't know about God, right? You never heard of this dude. You heard it since you were born until the day you die. How the Bible, which, I said Alex O'Connor and Mindshift really goes to what I've been saying for the very long time, good or bad. Excuse me, you mostly bad, because I'm telling you to listen to their channel, and it supports what I've been saying the whole time. And I didn't know what they know. I know like parts of the Bible, and I read and everything, right? So I do the best I can, but surviving is my key to stay alive, because being homeless, being gang stalked for your life, right? So hold on, let me turn this shit off. So being gang stalked for your life, it is the most terriblest thing ever. It doesn't matter, because a lot of us are homeless, broke, in jail, hospitalized like I was. So I try to give you tips on my channel to avoid all this stuff. but sometimes it's too late until we are really dead. And then you don't see him invisible shadow motherfucker that could bend matter. He bends the matter. It's crazy, right? Like he bends matter because all this information is mostly 100% evil, comes from contradicting from one story to another to another to another. That's how we are as TIs. We don't need to battle each other. We need to unite. So just give people chances, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for this type of information when I was getting targeted, when I moved to LA, which I never thought, this existed, but I already knew that the spiritual part, psychics, spiritual advisors, people with botanicas, people that do witchcraft, the devil, evil, demons, all that shit, we already knew existed from a book and from real life shit that you hear or see on video and on movies and stuff. So I'm just trying to tell you, these are examples that what you've been told since you were born to the day you die. But the questioning why it is around here and accepted, that's the thing about this whole life and these people that are accepted for the information that they've been given. Remember the time that slavery was accepted, and so was segregation, which is recent, not 100 years ago, 100 plus. It was accepted, right? 100 years, whatever. But this is the same thing about God. You accept God for what he is, and you mostly good. When something good happens, you pray to God. When something evil happens, you told to the devil. I told people this. So I'm just trying to tell you, just give people chances, man, about, in their channel. They're shocked. They're in shock. I was in shock. I didn't want to do a channel about anything, but hey, man, I was, thinking about this whole process of coming back alive and being stalked through all kinds of shadows, spirits. Demons are not real. Demon is God. Is God once again playing with your eyes? When he bends matter, he's able to fool your eyes. Your eyes and ears can be fooled because you're human. You're human. Human are the lesser species that don't know much, but only assume what really going on between this whole life and back and forth. So I'm just trying to give you examples. So hear me out. Give people chances to make sure to hear them out, because we say our story online and we put videos. I always try to say to cover your face up, to not expose, because I'm saying, you bad enough, but the human, remember, we getting stalked spiritually and humanly, which is in one, 100% one, but from what we see is actually we don't catch. The invisibility is very crucial and of this world, that you don't see these shadows flying around every fucking where, dog. These pop up out of nowhere, and it's weird that we're taught, because we're very we're physicality people. We have to touch it, we have to see it, we have to see, to really agree that this is real. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it's weird about what we know and what is really real, like the Matrix. So I'm just trying to tell you, hear me out. Give people chances to get their story. We always know that our anger, our temper, our assumption could be very wrong. I've seen other people's platforms very questionable, but I would never be like, oh, I don't think so. It looks a little shady, but these people like myself was very in shock coming back from literally dying. When they stalk you, you're dying. Literally, it takes a piece of you little by little, and that's what the whole thing calls. You say it's technology. God is the physical item of technology. These ideas come from a human form, but he's also the item. Like like an example, satellites, invisible waves, all this stuff that is targeting you. Like in the movie Enzo. You ever seen the series N0? 0 Days, N0, I believe, with Robert De Niro. It's a prime example how they're using propaganda of a weapon to also attack people, and they have done this before, but you don't catch what the spiritual part of the world, you don't see it. And that's what is the truthfulness, because you could be fooled on something that makes you sound outlandish, crazy, but it's not really crazy if you analyze the history of humans, how we hate one each other, we don't care for each other. If you don't have money, it's just an ongoing issue of what is a human. Now, humans are evil as fuck. We're evil as fuck, but we are evil for what we taught by the creator. So the creator of, who is God, who is actually evil, and he's the devil of this world. So just hear me out, okay? To all my people, listen, use all my audios. I don't care. Excuse me, I care. Let me phrase my question. I care for you. I don't understand why am I here. I don't want to be here. It sucks, and beyond sucks words, man. So use all my audios. I'd use it to help you ease up like the information I gave you, because this is the information I'm getting now. For what has it escalated to de-escalated, it's a different situation now, coming back alive, dying and shit. And then all these people are like, you just got to be like a little normal, man, because